How's it going, everybody? Welcome to 2025. So we're going to kind of review or go over everything that is my plan for this year, starting with the oldest vehicle. So we're going to start at the oldest and work to the newest. You have notes. So this is my, Corvair, 1963 Chevy Corvair that I am slowly working on. It does run, it does drive. I mean, I've literally just pulled it out from here because I was doing, working on the carport and doing concrete work. So needless to say, which we're not worried about that. But again, it runs, it drives. What I'm going to be doing next year with this, basically, I am going to be doing body work on this thing and getting the floor done. So I started on the body work, kind of like trying to address some things, just kind of look at some things. I wanted to see, like, in here what was some of the damage, because it was cracked and this and that. And I mean, you can see, it's flaking off, in some areas and this and that. We got some damage here. Again, this car is going to be a driver. It's not a showpiece. It is going to be custom and this and that. But again, it's going to be a driver car. I want to be able to take it out and drive it and run around town with it and do this and do that. But like I said, next year we are going to be replacing the floor on this, because as you can see, it is, I mean, it's got little panels in it here and there. I mean, it's really crunchy and crusty. But you can buy new panels from this for Clark's Corvair. We can order all new floor. The floor is basically in 4 pieces, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're just going to go ahead and order them, and then we're going to go ahead and start cutting into this and ripping it up and all that kind of stuff. So that, like I said, we'll be getting out in the front. We'll be moving this to the front and basically start tearing it apart. This is going to be basically once the weather gets better, because it's freezing out today. So we're going to move that to the front yard later, and that's when we're going to start working on this, driveway. So, all right, I guess that's really all that we're going to be doing with this is, so I guess let's move on to the next vehicle. What would be the next in line? Silverado? Yeah, 1995. We're moving up from year to year to year to year. So let's go on to the Silverado. All right, so now we're on to my Silverado. So this is my 1995 Chevy Silverado. So what do I want to do with it this year, coming up, 2025? Well, I don't know. I mean, I have quite a few things that I want to do. So let's go ahead. I don't know. I love the truck the way it is, but it does need some help. So air dam, like, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but air dam is broken. It's broken on both sides. It's been through the ringer. So we need a new air dam. But my thing is like, I love the way it looks with the air dam, but driving it in and out of my driveway all the time, air dam gets destroyed. So it's like, do I buy a new air dam, or do I just keep driving it with the broken one on there? Like, I know it needs to be fixed. All right, we'll go ahead. We'll probably put a new air dam on it. I need to polish these wheels. These wheels, like, so when I built this truck, which was 2020, because I got it November of 2019. So like when this truck really got built in 2020, I put the wheels on. They've never been off. Like, I've never cleaned them. I mean, I clean them and this and that, but it's like I've never cleaned the backside of them, brake dust, never polished them. So we definitely need to get on these wheels and get them cleaned and polished. I mean, you can kind of see they're a little pitted, oxidized, all that kind of stuff. So we're probably going to take these wheels off, get them cleaned up, get them looking good again. I want to put a new headliner in this thing. So I've been thinking, I mean, the headliner's falling apart. It's saggy. I've been thinking about like LMC truck has that one that has the speakers and has like overhead storage in it. I've been thinking about going ahead and getting that. It's kind of cool. It'd be something different. So I was thinking about getting that headliner because it is meant for a standard cab truck, and well, that's what this is. So headliner is a necessity. Let's see, what else do I got on my list? Front end. Yeah, this, oh yeah. So talked about that in a previous video. Like, this thing doesn't have water in the headlights, but like it needs a new grill, new headlights. It needs a whole new, you know, front end. Would like to get new bumpers on it also, front and rear. I want the smoothie look, you know, instead of the trim that's all on these. I just want a nice smoothie chrome bumpers. I love bumpers. I know like everybody loves roll pans, this, that. I love bumpers. So bumpers, grill, all that kind of stuff. Then of course body work. You know, this thing still has some dents in it, which we're working on. We've got this one gone right here. We worked on some other stuff. So of course, kind of getting all body work and all that kind of stuff, that's more of a like a summer job. That kind of stuff you don't want to really do in the wintertime when it's cold out like this. So more of a summer aspect. But again, this is still a truck. I use it for truck purposes all the time. So I still want it to look good, but still do truck things because that's what it does. New motor, yeah, we'll talk about that later in the video, is the motor for this thing. So I guess next on line, working our way, would be the Honda. So let's go get the Honda. Okay, so now we're on to the Honda. I think the Honda is going to have the most amount of work and the most amount of stuff with it this year. So first thing is I need to get it back from my girl because she doesn't have a car, so she's been driving the Honda. Yeah, it's dirty as crap right now, but I think the Honda is going to get the most amount of work done to it and all that kind of stuff. So one thing I need to do, which I found out, like, I think, you know how I had that belt issue? A lot of, I've heard online and this and that, is the crank, what is it? Basically like the flywheel, not the flywheel, geez, my brain just like took it down. On the end of the crank is the belt that goes onto there. So it's like basically a lot of times that thing gets a little bit out of whack after time. So basically I'm probably going to replace that and also the front main seal, because the front main seal on this is leaking. So it needs a little bit of work, but not a lot. Then we're going to try to get to the track a lot more with this. So there is an event coming up in February. It's like February 15th that we're going to get this to the track, and we're going to do another, you know, track attack like I did before with this. Like right when I bought it, I went to a track attack event, and we're going to do the same thing with this February 15th, whether or not she has a car by then. Well, she better have a car by then, but this is going to go to the track February 15th, and then we're going to try to get into some other events and stuff like that. I want to do some weight reduction on this stuff, just kind of remove some things off this. I mean, the air conditioner doesn't work, so let's take the air conditioner off, the condenser, all that kind of stuff on it. We'll do some other things, you know, this and that for it. It will get new wheels and some sticky tires for it, especially since it will be track focused come next year. This thing will probably get a roll cage in it, because there is, if you pay attention online, there's a group called Drift Appalachia. Well, they're going to start doing some toge events, and I'm going to try to get into some toge events with this. Like I said, this thing's going to get some work this year. So if it goes to any of the, like, what is, I think it's Toge USA, they're probably going to want a cage. So needless to say, it's probably going to get a cage, which in turn then it's going to get rear seat delete, a couple things like that, weight savings like crazy, because a lot of events that you'd go to, if some of them are like stock style events where your car has to be stock. But if you remove seats or whatever and panels and stuff like that, so that way you can put in a cage, they don't take that against you, because you're adding safety to the car, which in turn has to remove things. So seats will probably come out, kind of stuff like that. Let's see, is there anything else on my list? No, that's, we'll do some body work, because there's one spot of body work that I need done on this thing, which I've cleaned the rust up and all that kind of stuff. It just kind of looks a little butchered right here, but there's no rust anymore on it. But besides that, the car is like good. So needless to say, we are going to try to get to quite a few events this year with this. I'm looking like hopefully, you know, 6 or so events. I don't know. I'm not going to sit there and say a good number, but I'm trying to get to quite a few events this year. And one of them is in February. Then I think there's one in March, one in April. I don't know, but there's a whole lot. We're trying to get to some races, some events, some togays, whatever I can get this thing into. So stay tuned for that. So this is probably going, like I said, this is probably going to get the biggest workout this year, between upgrades and getting used. So stay tuned for that. I guess let's go ahead and get on to the next vehicle. And now we're on to the Kona. I guess this is the last vehicle we're going to talk about, because again, we started at the oldest and went to the newest. So my Kona plans for this, basically all we're going to do with this is keep it clean, drive it. We are going to get some new wheels for this. So these are my, you know, knockoff CR Kais, so everybody, you know, CR lies. We are going to get a set of 3-piece wheels for this. Yeah, 3-piece wheels. That's money. That's all I gotta say. But we are going to get a new set of wheels for this. Once springtime, early summer gets here, we're probably going to go to Tail of the Dragon in this. How are the tires on this thing? They're not bad. Don't think they're going to make it to the next inspection. Whatever. But besides that, I mean, basically keep it clean, drive it. Like I said, we're going to do Tail of the Dragon in 2025 with this. Mods, there's not really much that I really want to do to this. I mean, I've got what I want on it. It runs, it drives, and I mean, like, besides that, what else is there to do? I mean, you could go with a blow-off valve, this and that, but this thing runs really well. It's pretty quick, it's pretty peppy for what it is. It still is my daily driver. So do we need to go above and beyond on this? Not really. So like I say, new wheels, and just keep it clean. All right, well, let's move into the garage and go on to the next thing. Okay, so let's end this video out with the miscellaneous stuff, which, you know, we'll get into here. So miscellaneous stuff, mini bikes, go-karts, whatever. Okay, so this mini bike right here, runs, drives, got new gear set up, all that kind of stuff. I think that was in a video. Yeah, whatever. We're going to be ordering brakes, a new brake setup for this, because the brakes on this broke, but you know, new brakes. This small block Chevy for the Silverado, it needs exhaust manifolds and rocker arms. Basically everything else is there for the motor. I mean, once you put it in, then it's like, you need a little fine tuning, but you know, everything is there except for those two things, and then you can really like just drop this in. Everything else is kind of crossover. Water pump, yeah, we'll probably get a new water pump, but a lot of this stuff is just crossover from the 4.3 to the 350. It's just bolt on, bolt off. Yeah, we got to get this four-wheeler going. I've got the parts down there. We just need to get on it. Go-kart, we are going to flip this. So I don't know if I talked about that in a previous video, but I need to paint it and then basically get it up on Marketplace and see if I can flip it. I'm going to try to flip for something bigger and better till I work up to where I want to be, you know, type thing. All right. And then we'll just, you know, see where it goes from there. Other miscellaneous, the trailer. Car trailer is, you know, basically it's a good to go car trailer. I need to put a spare tire and a spare tire mount on it. And then it's probably going to have some lights for like nighttime, you know, loading up, whatever. So, because you're not always going to be loading at night. So if I could put some in the open channel down the middle, put a couple, you know, lights that'll help shine up to help strap down this and that, you know, especially with the Honda, which we talked about just a little while ago, is getting to the track more this year. What if I'm loading up at night? Lights on the trailer would make it good. I do have another motor. I have an LS in the back that we need to get in. Get it on a stand, start tearing it apart, which, you know, I have that motor. We should put that motor in the truck first before we start breaking down another motor. But I do have an LS that we are going to be working on. We will have another power sport. You know, we are looking for other things, not just that and that. Like I said, we're going to upgrade this, but we're looking for other power sports things to, you know, have fun with. Let's see, also in the miscellaneous category would be carport. You know, the carport is almost done. Probably after this video goes up, probably about another week or so, the carport will be done. I can have it inspected. We'll move on to the next thing with the backyard. But carport's almost done. Let's see, I think that is all that I have to talk about in this video. It's just miscellaneous. Ooh, one more thing. We do need a tow pig because, again, if we're trying to get to a track more, I really need a tow pig. I need a truck that will tow. Silverado will tow, especially with this motor in it, all that kind of stuff. I mean, the 4.3 will tow as long as you're on flat ground and we're just going like local track type thing, which is all flat ground. I have trailer brakes set up in here somewhere. It's on that shelf down there. I really should get that on the Silverado just in case as a backup. But that's still in the miscellaneous category, is a tow pig. I really need something that can tow. All right, let's see here. Went over that. Yeah, I think that's it for the video. Discussed all the cars, all the plans, all the future plans, you know, more power sports, more, because, you know, like with the power sports, we will be going off-roading. If we can get a hold of some stuff that we're trying to get onto. Which is another reason why I need a new big truck, tow pig. We'll see how it goes. All right, I guess that's all our plans and ideas for the year. If I have anything else, you know, we might throw it in a video that pops up here and there. But for the most part, I think that's my plans for 2025. So I guess stay tuned. Catch you in the next one.